Well, I told you this would probably happen. Here's another video. I won't say if it's quick or short, but what it is specifically I want to say to Blake, wertsdb71. I received my order of your custom-made outer sleeves, vinyl, polyvinyl sleeves, or whatever they're made of. Thank you very much. And I love them right offhand. We'll see. I mean, I really can't be too concerned about longevity. Well, I mean, that's one thing that concerns me about these things. If some of you haven't watched, Blake, wertsdb71, has put up a couple videos where he explained the process of getting these designed and made and ordered for because he wanted them to a certain standard. And I think that he did a great job. So I ordered a couple hundred. They just came in today. I've just started covering the records. I tore one already, which was a concern of mine. So I have to be careful. I can be rough on things, actually. Almost childlike sometimes. Not consciously and not unconsciously, but just, I'm doing things, I'm moving, and so I will have to be careful with these in order to make them, but again, the other thing is not all these records are being pulled and played all the time. So right away, what I want to say, folks, is I love how the records look inside of these, that they're more clear. Look at that. Most of the time, I take my records out so you can see them more clearly, and part of it is the glare. So the glare is still there, but can you see how clear the record is? I mean, these are clearer than the ones you buy in the store, noticeably clearer. I'm following your advice on putting them in like this so that you can see the spine. I, for one, love going over and looking at spines, mine as well as others. And I love it when you can see the spine clearly. Hate records that don't have information on the spine, unless there's something cool there. And so these are beautiful. I'll show a couple more because the records seem brighter. Look at that. So they're wonderful for having them just pull up and show, and it's protected and it's ready to be displayed nicely. Good job, Blake. And thanks for getting them to me so quickly. Another one. This looks great, doesn't it? Oh, these are really clear. So if you're interested, I don't know how many thousands Blake got, but you may want to get in touch with them and get a hold of some. I'm going to try to order some more soon. I covered my SOT. It's just, beautiful. So I think what I'm going to do with the rest of this first bunch that I got is I'm going to cover, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to cover my, I already started. I started covering my Genesis. And even from here, looking at the spines, there's a difference. The spines are clearer, even from here. That's wild, Blake. That's really cool. And I love that because, excuse me, I definitely see the records as a work of art. And the spines and seeing, that's awesome. So good job, my friend. Good job. Okay. And now that I'm thinking about it, the group of records I was going to grab, I should have grabbed because it wasn't my Genesis. It's G's, but it wasn't Genesis. So I'm going to grab these. And let's see what we got here. Okay, I grabbed the stack because I'm not going to make a long video. I'm going to just show these right quick. And maybe you can ask questions in the comments. But here's some more of my G's. Dexter Gordon live at the Amsterdam Paradiso on Affinity. Excuse me. Affinity is an English label that has done a lot of cool jazz reissues. Among others, the BYG Actual label has come up from that. Welcome to Goose Creek. Now, this is something I bought that is... Okay, now I can address a few things. I can talk about Glowing Cabbage's latest thread. This is an album that I bought because I knew that it was going to be country, but I've always loved the cover. Finally found this for $25 so I could finally hear it. I'm keeping it for the moment because I always wanted it. But do I like this? No. Is it bad? No, that's not the problem. Matter of fact, like yesterday, I'm going to put this on. It's a good band. I'm like LJ. I don't like country music. I don't like country music. Modern country music, I think, is just the vilest shit. Okay, here's something I'm going to have to play again. I remember when I got it, it was a surprise. It was good. Good Shepherds, 1. It's on the Ruska label. You know, I don't even know. I never found out what this band was. Took a chance on it. Like it. So check it out. You hear this country music playing behind me? They're playing it well. They're doing it well, but look at me. Is this where I'm at? We got to get this shit off. That's no offense to people that like country music. I'm just telling you, look at me, and listen to the things I say. Does it make sense that country music is going to accurately reflect what I think is important in life? Matter of fact, this goes for sale right now. What's the point? I got my quarter's worth out of it, okay? I'm never going to play this again. You heard it, okay? It's that twangy shit. I ain't twangy. I love twangy people, but I ain't twangy. Jerry Goodman. This is a promo single from, I think, something about the Aviator. No, this is from the album It's Alive. And this is the theme from Perry Mason. I can't remember what this sounds like. I'll have to play this. Benny Goodman, Swing into Spring. Ain't much to be said, about Benny Goodman. He opened the door like Louis Armstrong for black people in America. Benny Goodman was a brother. He knew. He hated racism. And he beat on the door of racism as loudly as any upstanding Paul Robeson or Louis Armstrong. If I didn't know that about Benny Goodman would refuse white privilege when he had black musicians. You treat us all the same, or y'all get out of my face. Love that about Benny Goodman. And did he play with soul? Just put him on, y'all. Okay? Here's something I took a chance on and was glad that I did it. Delia Gonzalez and Gavin Russum. This is called The Days of Mars. This is on Astralworks. Kind of a slightly repetitive Steve Reich sort of electronic thing going on here. Very good. Here we get into my Gong, and I'm missing some Gong, okay? So right away, you folks that, hey, don't you have? No, I don't. All right, after all these years, I'm still missing some Gong on vinyl. I got it on CD, but I'm missing some Gong on vinyl, all right? So we're starting at the back end. Pierre Morlin's Time is the Key. Fantastic drummer. Gong Espresso, lots of ringware because it's the one that I bought when it first came out. Gatzus is the original name of this release, and I have it on in that configuration on CD. Gong est mort. Gong is dead. Vive la Gong. They had to call the album this. They couldn't just say it's Gong because Gong... David Allen wasn't a very good businessman either, and he would just sign contracts and run countries and stuff. And so he had multiple obligations going at the same time. And so this company, Tapioca, had signed something with David Allen, not realizing he was still with Virgin and some other labels. So the only way they can release this is to call it Viva Gong and to black out Steve Hillage's face because of his contract with Virgin. And this is a live double live album on a cool French label, Tapioca. Cool label. This is a good date. This is a good recording and a good session. I'm going long. Okay, fuck it. I love this so much, people. Just like Jonas Sublime Media just said. I love the vinyl community and this opportunity to share this part of me so much. This is just so much what I'm about. It's these damn records. Just like a kid. I'm still a kid in a lot of ways, Interesting thing that I've discovered watching myself and my friends grow up. You change, but you don't change. And if you don't grow up, get married, and have kids, it ain't that crucial, people. Because you're still the same person. Now, I helped to raise kids, but I never had my own. And I'm watching my friends around me now. I'm glad I didn't get married. Me, not you. I'm glad I didn't get married and miss nothing. Gong, you. Here's my original copy, beat to hell, from taking it everywhere and playing it. Was on the road with me, hitchhiking, trying to get back to Omaha. This album was a revelation to me. It was an acid trip. Like it was the culmination of trips. What's the message? The message is you. And that's how this happens when you, I don't know about now. I think it would now, depending on your journey. But when I dropped acid at the right time and played this, I got the message. Was it life transforming in any way at all? Yes. To this day. Recently bought another copy of it, the English version of You, Gong, Virgin. This is an original Angel's Egg. I've had it since it came out. Played it to death. Love this album. Especially side 2. Especially side 2. And we're getting back. This is the French version. I've had several of these and given them away and lost them. This is a French reissue on Movie Play. But it was on BYG as well as Virgin. See, David Allen was just a miscreant when it came to business. But Flying Teapot. This is a reissue. Here is a UK original version on Virgin. The original version on BYG in France was a gatefold of this graphic. I used to have it, and when I was much younger and silly or good, I gave it to a friend. And I wouldn't be so crappy as to say, hey, you want to give that back to me now? I wouldn't do that. Gong. Gong. I have all of these on CD and a bunch more on CD. I don't listen to Gong, but Gong figure heavily into my history and who I am. Don't listen to Gong hardly at all. Like Genesis, a lot of the Grail stuff, I don't listen, but I keep it. It's a library. That's the idea. It's there when it's time to play it. You know what I'm saying? That's the point of acquiring, is so that you can play it and share it when the time is right. Continental Circus. This is an original on Philips. Music for the film Continental Circus. Pretty cool, y'all. Camembert Electrique, and original on BYG. Great album. And then their first album, like I said, I'm missing a few. But there's their first. This is an original on BYG, number 5. Met David Allen, saw them finally, Gong in 1996, and the whole band autographed the album except for Pip Pyle. Gilly Smith, she was very nice. She didn't want me to take her picture. Yeah, age has not been that kind to her. Ray Gomez, who's played a lot with a lot of different folks, people like Lenny White, and I think he played with Miles Davis for a while. He's done that fusion sort of thing. I bought this album with that in mind. There are a couple of good tracks on here. Once again, I'm going to put this on, okay, because when I played it, I thought it was kind of like, okay, oh, it's a white label promo. So let's give it a spin now and see what's my impression today. Ray Gomez. Volume is the name of the album. Starting off, it's well played, but it starts off right away, to my ears, it's like, man, I've heard a lot of music like this. It's not compelling. It's not even interesting to me. I know there's some good songs on here. I've heard so much music. Maybe if I was at a party with some of you guys that like this sort of stuff, I would really get into it. So much for that. I know there's some good songs on here, but that ain't one of them. That ain't one of them. I have never used music to get girls. And I know that's a big way. That's a big part of what music is used for. It's used for mating. And I think you can tell part of me has a disdain for it, although I know it's human and it's fine, but it has to do with my personal journey and my own trail of tears of just bad things happening. So I have not had a good experience with intimacy in relationships. You know, I avoid them because of what's happened. You know, it seems like a poisonous well, and it always seems to turn out the same. You know, and I can do without. That's pretty cold, but it seems like one of the things that happens with people is they come here, come closer, let's get intimate, and then and I think that's the way it is, but I don't like it, and I'm not putting up with it. Every time I've gotten involved with someone, that's what happens, and then it's make up and everything's fine, but sure enough, you let them know enough about you, there's always those times that stuff comes out and they just stick it to you, and it's like, fuck it, man. I don't want to do that to you, and I don't want you doing that to me, okay? A little bit of rant going off of that Ray Gomez lyric about some lady, you know, make your move. Ugh. Golden Palominos, first album is awesome. Awesome. Oh, man. Just good, okay? I was going to try to make a comment, okay? Go Earhart. I took a chance on this because, again, I like the label that it's on, which is GSL. Gold Standard Laboratories. I can't remember this. I got to play it. I remember liking it. I remember it being kind of like, I'm not sure what's going on here. But frankly, I'm more interested in a record like that than a record that, oh boy, I know what they're doing now. You know what I'm saying? I'll at least listen a couple times when it's like, I'm not sure what's going on here. See, on the one hand, I could approach this like, well, this sounds really scratchy and bad and they can't play and stuff. But I'm catching that. I'm catching, it's already there. What are you people up to? You know, they've caught me already. Something's going on with this music, what they're doing. I'm catching it. It doesn't mean I like it, but it's compelling and it gets me to listening, okay? And that is what I'm after. I don't care about hearing somebody play. Well, I do. I like hearing a good solo, but I'm looking for something different. All right. I'll take it off and finish. Here's some people that I don't know if you folks know about or have not talked about, but when it comes to modern thinking, somewhere between jazz, modern electronic, modern contemporary classical, and krautrock, some people that I think you definitely need to know about are Heiner Goebbels and Alfred Harth. Especially the albums they make together. This stuff is somewhere, it's like there's the avant-garde is represented, but there's elements of jazz, rock, and folk, and classical, and excellent. Man, these guys are good. Alfred Harth is a saxist. I've actually had, we got to be kind of familiar with each other through the internet, and I was talking to him for a while. Probably could email him now, but excellent musicians, excellent musicians. I like making that connection with people when I can. Here's another Goebbels and Harth, Frankfurt Peking, on the Riskant label. Another excellent label to look for, Riskant with the fish. Kind of like recommended records. This is excellent stuff. It's hard to define. This is my favorite of them. This is Der Durchdringende, oh, I can't say it. Der Durchdringende Mensch and Indiana for Morgan. It's like it's two different concepts on one. Each side is an album. This is excellent. This is excellent. I'm going to put this in a wertsdb bag after I'm done here. This is excellent. Matter of fact, I just keep going on longer and longer because I want to put this on in the back because this has one of my favorite pieces of music. And let's just listen to that while I'm talking. Is it side 1 or 2? This is the side 2. I know this record. I love this album. Let me turn it for a second. It's killer. This is killer. Let me see when this was made, because this is definitely ahead of the curve before its time. Can't help myself, folks. Can't help myself. This is 1981. Another Goebbels and Hearth. This is live at Victoriaville. I'd like to find a whole lot more Goebbels and Hearth people, all right? I don't think, I'm kind of thinking, you folks that are into the German stuff, you don't know about these guys. Mr. Partboy. Big Star 1000, do you know these people? This is quality shit, man. Quality. This is fantastic music. Fantastic. It's so compelling. This is so much more interesting than that pedestrian shit. Vom Springen der Gartens. Goebbels and Hearth. Another Goebbels and Hearth. Thought I was going to do this quick, folks, but man, we're getting into my shit here now. Should have pulled these last night. This is fantastic music. It's so good, it's waking me back up. I was all bummed out and tired and shit. I'm still tired, but I'm all beamed up now. I'm just listening and talking about this music. This is a Goebbels album, I believe. It's on Japo. And it's Goebbels and Hearth again. Goebbels and Hearth on Japo. Just a fantastic jazz label. I cannot pronounce that. This shit is dope. This music is just so interesting and creative. Oh, I was just talking to someone, asked me if I liked Godspeed You Black Emperor. Well, it just so happens there's the one I have on vinyl. I've got another one with the airplane on the cover. You see this, it's a real close-up of the airplane wing. I have that on CD. And this one is Slow Riot for New Zero Canada EP. And there's a damn skip. I knew that I do need to find this on CD. And that is, as you folks know about records, the anomalies of records. They get skips, damn it. Which is a hard record to find, so. Here's some music from either New Zealand or Australia. And I'm hoping that some of my folks from Australia, Big Star, Kiwi Zig, anyone else, Mike Mulcahy, do you know this? Can you tell me about this Son of Goblin mix? I really like this. This is weird. Haven't played it in a while. Scratchy, weird. But I really like it, but I haven't been able to find anything out about it. I love this cover, too. Look at that. What the hell's going on there? And this is Flying Nun. Flying Nun. I mean, geez, is that anomalous to Flying Nun? Usually on Flying Nun records, you see that logo. I wonder how old this album is in their catalog. I'll have to look it up. Okay. Pull all these records and just make myself work. Roger Glover from Deep Purple, Mask. This is pretty commercial, but it's actually good. You know, I mean, I ain't deaf. If something's good, I'll hear it, you know. But if it's also really commercial and obviously, let's make this for this market, I can't help but hear that too. And that's what I hear here. It's like he's aiming for a particular market, and it's like they've made a plan as to how to get to him, and it's all on this record. But it's good. Blue Sunshine, The Glove. Steve Severin of Susie and the Banshees doing a side thing with Robert Smith from The Cure. This is very good. Very good. Just got this year, although it's old. I just finally picked it up. The last thing in my pile here is... now here this is interesting. This is kind of a country rock band, Glencoe. Most of the songs I don't like, but they have a couple songs on here, in particular, two on an island. Search of a New World, last song on the album. One of my favorite songs of all time. I can't explain me. I don't make no sense, but really no one does. And then when I reunited with Jeff Recordman in recent times, and he discovered I liked this band, he had 2 copies of the first album, so he gave that to me. That's still sitting up there. Okay, folks, so that's my poll, and I couldn't help it.